Well, I wanted to come to you just with a very quick announcement before we come back to church this coming Sunday, October the 3rd. October the 3rd will be the start of our Missions Focus Month. And again, our speaker is going to be Dr. Earl Cooper. If that last name rings a bell, it's because it's Dave and Elise Cooper's dad, father-in-law. So you've got to come and you've got to hear Dr. Cooper come and speak. He's actually the original Dr. Cooper as opposed to Dave, who was also Dr. Cooper. Anyway, you can sort that out in your own minds later on. But October the 3rd, we're going to start to come back inside the building. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to go over a few things with you so that everybody understands what's happening, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so right off the bat, first thing I want to say is proof of vaccination is not necessary, okay, for us as a place of worship. It's not needed at all. And so having said that, we're going to have our two services again. We're going to start there. We're going to start with 9 o'clock and we're going to then have an 11 o'clock service. The 9 a.m. service will be the one that will be live streamed. And we do that way because if it fails, then we can live stream the 11 o'clock. But we will hopefully, Lord willing, be able to always live stream the 9 o'clock service. We're going to ask you to register for church online. Again, you can go to Facebook. You'll find the link there. You'll also find it on our website. And again, what we will ask you to do is to enter through the true front door. And again, we will get you guys to exit through the back door where the office building is. We will have a kids program up to grade 6. We are going to do that. That's slightly different from last time. We're going to have a kids program up to grade 6. The nurseries will be open for use if there are little ones that have the wiggles, but they're not going to be staffed. So mums and dads, if you'd like to make an exit stage right, you can do that and go into the nurseries and just be with the kids. There are flat screens in there and you'll be able to follow along with the service. We are going to ask that you please respect the physical distancing requirement that has been placed in front of us. And also we're going to ask as well that you do masks. Now I know that some of you will be able to wear the masks for a long time. Others may have to, after a while, take them off once you're sat down so that you can breathe. I don't want you to end up as a pile on the floor. We want you to be able to breathe and to enjoy the service. But as best you can, keep your distances and maintain mask wearing. Now, having said all of this, one thing that I have detected over this past, a year and a half, and it's really been ramping up over this past year or so, is that many different people have many different opinions when it comes to COVID and restrictions and vaccinations, etc., etc., etc. Let's talk about that for a bit, okay? If you're going to come to church and you're going to barge your way in and you're going to be rude and this is my right to be able to do this, it's not going to go over well, okay? That's not being a Christian. We will respect your position and your opinion, but there's no need to be a jerk about it, okay? Now, I say that with gentleness, and I want to try and say it with as much humility as I can, but please don't be a jerk. We do want as many people to come to church as is possible, okay? All the chairs are going to be out. We're going to have them all out, but we're still going to ask you to maintain your distance. We're still going to ask you to, as much as you possibly can, wear the mask and to come to worship, okay? What I've seen is I've seen anger on one side about all these restrictions, and this is crimping my freedom, etc., etc. Not that we really have any freedom. Our only freedom is in Christ, and it's really freedom from sin. Everything else is human rights and all the rest of it. Whenever we became Christians, we laid those down. But I've seen anger on one side, and I've seen a lot of fear on the other side of this debate too. Oh my goodness, I don't want to go anywhere near this. Could be a super spreading event and . Okay? We need to put both of these things aside because one's fleshly and one's worldly. Okay? Our attitude should be that of Christ. It should be of love. It should be of counting one another better than ourselves. I really want you to come to church. And I want you to come with a Christ-like attitude. I want you to come ready to worship. I don't want you sitting, cowering in your seat, terrified. And I also don't want you to see you sitting in your seat, fuming and fomenting at the corner of your mouth, furious about what you're seeing. Guys, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Come, worship freely, in spirit and in truth. That's what Sunday is supposed to be about. We've enjoyed an immense 10 weeks outside, worshiping together, enjoying one another's company, having a giggle and a laugh and picnicking and all of that good stuff. And it's been wonderful. But as the weather gets colder and we come back inside again, on behalf of our staff and our board, I'd like to stand on behalf of them all and to say, please come to church. Please keep your distances. And please, as much as is possible, keep your masks on. If you're coming in with your mask and then you're sitting down and you're finding that you're getting anxious by wearing the thing, just take it off to one side and let it hang over one ear. Do something, please. Our deacons will be here to serve you, perhaps some others as well. You'll be able to be signed in. If you're coming and you haven't registered online, don't worry. Lord willing, we'll have a spot for you. Don't worry about that. But please come and worship. That's really all I have to say. Again, I want us to be united in Christ, not united in our opinions over whether COVID restrictions and vaccinations are right or wrong. That's not what it's about. Politics really shouldn't come into the church, and I don't want it to. I really, as one of your pastors, I really don't want it to. I want you to come, and I want you to come with a heart that is light, full of joy and expectancy as to what we will hear from God through our brothers, Dr. Earl Cooper and David Goretzky and Rick Reed. And again, we have another chap coming. I think his first name is Ben. And then lastly, we've got October's a 5-Sunday month. It will be that last Sunday of the month where Pastor Tim will come and preach that kind of final release service for Trailhead Baptist Church. She becomes an autonomous, independent work within our fellowship of evangelical Baptist churches, Central. That's really all I have to say. If you have any other questions, please feel free to connect with Melissa at the office. And again, also, please be praying as to what you can give over and above your regular tithes and offerings as the different missions projects are going to be presented to you. And it will be great if we could continue to give sacrificially unto the Lord. Yes, to the mission here at Calvary, but also to the projects that are going to be all over our world. God bless you. That's really all I have to say. And I just want to say, hopefully I'll see you Sunday. Rich signing off for now.